Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another edition of the Morning Edge DeadPres Picks, joined as always by Slop Rules. John, not a good night last night. There was a lot of red on my card. I don't know how yours ended up. Georgia absolute beatdown of TCU. I think that was the worst college football game I've ever watched in my life. Didn't watch a second of the second half, but that first half was the worst thing I've ever watched in my life. So what was that, John? What happened?
Well, what it reminded me of is, in the beginning of the season, like Alabama will play like McNeese State or something like that. Looked like one of those games where like everybody gets to play. You know what I mean? Like it was like, dude, they had backups. Like they're like freshmen, scoring touchdowns at the end of that game. I mean, that was a beating. But I'll be honest with you, man. We told the people this could happen. We said, like, purple teams cannot be trusted. I don't know what show that was, but I remember it was me and you, and we were both like, no, you cannot trust the purple team. You'd have to take them on the money line because they're like plus 375, and then figure out a way around, like, to hedge that. Because that's not safe at all. Don't go in with the plus 13.5 ticket and thinking you're okay, because I don't know. This could get ugly.
That was me. I walked in with a plus 13.5 ticket, and you said it, John. You're like, imagine being that guy with that ticket, and Georgia goes up, big at half. You're done. That was me.
Like, and that one was, and in fairness, those guys actually probably had a better night than anyone else because, like, they knew it was over. They could just move on with their lives, like, right then. So that was good. At least they didn't make it suspenseful, Georgia.
No, it was over. It was over early. But here's the thing, though, that because me and you both had some receiver props in this game, and here's our graphic. Oof. That's a lot of red there, John. That's not good. But what we did have was mine was Tay Barber and Quentin's over on receptions. I was like, you know what? They're getting killed. They're gonna throw. So there's a chance that one of these guys clears. I told you I had a 10 o'clock basketball game last night, and I decided, you know what, it's better to go to the game and not watch this, and maybe you'll walk out and one of these props hits. I checked in the second half, and their stats just didn't change at all. So no catches for either one in the second half, and I think Quentin Johnston had one target in the second half.
Yes, not a big part of the offense.
No, and this guy's going to go number one. He's the best receiver in the draft. So I don't know what was going on. Maybe he just took the night off in the national championship. But, yeah, that was rough. Watching their offense was actually painful. It kind of felt like watching the Jets offense every week. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. For the first time in my life, I felt what it was like to be a Jets fan.
You know what I learned was that I don't think Duggan's that good.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. Or is Georgia just that good that, like, I don't know.
You should be their obvious passing. I don't know. Like, there's just so many. Like, all I can say about that game is like, I don't know. I don't know what I watched, but that was bad. And like, all right. So the way I start thinking about it is, you're the coach, right?
Yeah.
And happening, so you just spent 3 hours just getting demolished, and then now the game's over. You obviously get them in the locker room. You got to say something to, like, what the hell did that guy say to them? Like, you guys just got beaten worse than anyone's ever been beaten ever. And I'll see you later. You know what I mean? Like, what do you even like what? Like, because I'm a silver lining guy.
Yeah,
like, I can be positive in almost anything, but like, I don't know, man. Like, at least you guys didn't get hurt, maybe?
Yeah, you guys didn't get hurt. I'm trying to think what else is positive in the game. I don't know. I think that might be it.
At least you held them under 70?
Yeah, you held them under 70. That's not that bad. At least scored a touchdown. Max Duggan got to run it. Max, at least you cashed your anytime touchdown, Max. You
hit an extra point.
Yeah, we did good on the hold on the extra point. There is some positives. Yeah, the kicker didn't miss any field goals, right? So that's good. He was 100%.
Trouble. Just don't get close enough for a field goal.
Yeah, so there we go. So we found some positives for UTCU. But, yeah, man, I mean, that's rough. 65-7. I'll say this before we move off this game, though. Like, the people last night on Twitter who were like, "Oh, this is why we won Alabama," and that's a tough sell because TCU did beat Michigan, who was like a legit team, but
Maybe not a
but
legit team.
but here's the other thing: maybe John Harbaugh should be fired because of what happened after this game. Like, imagine being Michigan last night and being like, "Oh wait, that team that just beat us just lost 65-7." Like maybe.
They're probably like, oh, that wasn't us.
Maybe Michigan's frauds too, though. But here's the thing: like, so Ohio State were they the second? Like, basically, that Georgia Ohio State game was the championship then. Like, could Michigan have put up a game? I mean, it had to be better than this.
No, because JJ's not that good for Michigan. The
Yeah, I think it comes down to like a quarterback making a play.
I think matchup thing. I think Ohio State matched up well with Georgia. You know what I mean? Who else did? I thought LSU, they were able to move the ball against them. I mean, they got rolled, but they still moved the ball.
At least they can move the ball a little.
Like, it wasn't like this last night where I had Doug in it. Normally, I like to see the team getting their ass kicked. I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? When I get the quarterback over.
Yeah, it's usually good.
I'm not real sure that this kid can even do this if he's throwing against the prevent defense at the end of this game.
Yes.
And then
did Georgia ever go into a prevent, or were they just like, we're just going to keep blitzing? Yeah, no. I think Georgia just wanted to stick it to him. I mean, I know some guys who had the under like big, and again, I didn't watch the end of the game, but I heard Georgia like went for it on fourth or something and just stuck it to like they could have ran the clock out, or I don't know. It seems like there was kind of maybe it should have went under, but it didn't. If you hold someone to 7 points, like. And you're bet the under, like imagine checking the score at the end of the game, Eric. Oh shit, TCU scored 7. My under definitely hit, and then like clear the other side of the screen and you see a 6, and you're just like fuck, like you just know. Yeah.
So they scored the total themselves. All right.
Yes.
Because their team total, I was 37.5 or 38.5. I was like, I don't know, it feels right.
Yeah.
Done. If you got 37 cashed at halftime.
Insanity. So. This does go to our next point, John. Always fade the purple teams. We always do it. In football. I fell for it last night, and I quickly caught myself. I will not do it again. So this means the Vikings this weekend. If you're watching and you bet on the Vikings, be careful because fading purple is a good trend. I
was gonna say you don't really want to bet the Giants, but at the same time, like I think that. Definitely like an anti-Vikings week.
That's the thing. Do you want to bet the Giants though?
Because they're the last purple team left in football.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's.
But they're like black.
No, the Ravens are purple.
But that seems like a secondary color almost for them.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They have the black jerseys and they got the white ones, and then like. They have purple ones, but they just look different. They don't strike me as a purple team. Maybe you have more black in your color scheme, and you'll be okay if you're purple. But I think TCU had black in there, so that doesn't even work either.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time a purple team won like a championship in any sport. Did they? Like, what was the last time? The Ravens, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was the 2000 Ravens. That was the best defense ever. The Dilfer Ravens.
Yeah, that must have been the last time. That had to be the last time that a purple team won anything.
It goes over to baseball, but I mean the Rockies, yikes, and then basketball. I mean,
who's purple? The Kings. I feel like the Kings haven't made the playoffs in 50 years. They're purple. Yeah, it's rough, man. If you're purple, it's not fun to be purple.
That's just a personal rule.
Yeah, just fade them. All right, guys. So now it's going to be time for our Tuesday best bets. So the best bets of the slate. We got college basketball. We got NBA. We got NHL. This is going to be the new norm, John. Once football is done, people got to understand this is what we have, and we don't want to complain about it. We got conference play. We got NBA. It's better than nothing, so we're going to always make the most of it. We got a couple bets for you tonight. John, we'll start with yours. What are you looking at?
All right, so I don't want to stay up late tonight, but I'm probably going to have to. Let me just make sure I'm getting the time right on this game. It's the Clippers Mavericks. Yeah, it's 10:30, and it's not nationally televised, so those are the only bad things. But a lot of you guys are probably younger and want to stay up later, so that's a good thing for you. But yeah, 10:30 tonight. The Clippers are going to get the Mavericks in LA. I'm going to take Marcus Morris, 15-plus points. That's plus 120 at FanDuel. Matt, his standard line is 13.5 minus 111 to the over. So you're telling me for one more point, I can go from minus 11 to plus 120. So I'm doing that. But here's the thing about him. Reggie Jackson's probably out of the rotation, it looks like. If he's not, he's going to play like less than 10 minutes. He's a big shot guy. He takes shots. I hate it. He takes way too many shots. So he's out of the mix. Luke Kennard, also out of the mix. He's not playing. Paul George, another shot guy, out of the mix. So last night, without those guys kind of having roles, well, two of them were out, and then Jackson doesn't have a role. Marcus Morris took 16 shots.
There you go.
A lot of shots.
A lot of shots.
Points. So he's taken at least 15 shots 4 other times, other than last night. How many times has he gone over 15 points?
You tell me. I'm waiting.
All 5 of those games.
Okay, that's awesome.
So I think he'll take a bunch of shots tonight. Again, we're not talking about 20-something shots. That'd be awesome. But, I mean, dude, this guy can take 15 shots in a game. He's kind of a ball hog. So if you wanted to, you could even do over 2.5 threes plus 150, which I'm not going to do. But, you could if you wanted to, if you want to get wild. But because I just feel like it's his time to start taking a lot of shots. He has games in bunches where he ends up taking a ton of shots. Who's the Kawhi Leonard? He's going to play probably.
Georgia
always the chance that he sits as well. If that happened, then this guy is one of the main scorers on the team. So we just got to pray that Luka plays, which I think he will. I think that was him missing last game was kind of just a rest thing. So if Luka plays, this game should be close throughout, and we should see starter minutes. This guy gets 30 minutes, 15 shots. He's probably getting 15 points, and we're getting it at plus 120. So,
well, it's an even spread, I think, right now. So I'm guessing Luka's playing. Based on
they were just resting him on a second half of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
That's I don't know the guy. I'm not around the team, but I'm guessing that.
That's your guess. Yeah, we don't know Luka personally, but if we did, that would be our guess. John, also, we just figured out, our producer Nigel told me that the Holy Cross won 1947. They were a purple team. So
okay.
That's a basketball chip. That's big. For the purple.
Big. Yeah. So, I mean, you just don't see it.
Yeah.
So when you one of those teams in it, you know that they're probably not going to win.
Yes. I would agree. All right, I'm going to go to my pick for tonight, guys. This pick's going to be Florida on the money line against LSU. So let me walk you through why. This is a weird spread. Florida is favored at some books. Now it's -1. So some places it's like -115, maybe even -120. It has moved a little bit, but they're 8-7, John, right? They're playing LSU, who's 12-3, and the game's at LSU. All right. Stay with me. LSU is 9-0 at home. They haven't lost a home game all year. They've been a much better home team than most in the conference, and yet we see Florida here favored. This line makes no sense. So you get, again, I'm going to walk you guys through it again. 8-7 Florida goes into 12-3 LSU. LSU undefeated at home, yet we see Florida as the favorite. The line just, again, no sense. And Florida has not looked super impressive. They lost at home to Texas A&M. Last week. They did beat Georgia at home, but that's not a huge win. Georgia's not a very good team. This is a pure line read for me. I'm going to trust the Gators because, again, the line just doesn't make sense. It's kind of there's also another line out there, Michigan State, very similar. They're -1 on the road against Wisconsin. When you see lines like this, typically it's for a reason. I mean, LSU just looks too easy at home. Got to fade it. So I'm on the Gators tonight.
LSU play next. Is that one of those things, maybe?
LSU has lost their last 2, John. They do play Alabama in Alabama. See, the thing with LSU is they were, I think, 12-1 or 13. Yeah, they were 12-1, but they still weren't ranked. So I was this team is definitely they still probably are frauds kind of thing. Once they start playing, tougher competition, but they did beat. They beat Arkansas, who's one of the best teams in the nation, and they weren't ranked. They played Kentucky tough. Now, last week Saturday night they struggled with Texas A&M, who is they're a good team. They're not a great team. They're going to be like a bubble tournament team. They lost by 13. So I think their schedule is getting – as their schedule gets tougher, they're going to start to struggle a little bit. I don't think LSU is a tournament team. I do think Florida is better than they've shown. So I'm going to trust the Gators here tonight. Minus 110 on the road. Just trust that line. If you're looking at it and LSU looks too easy, they probably are, as we learned plenty of times. So give me the Gators tonight, John. I'm on them.
I like it.
Why not?
I'm
Why
from
not?
Bristol, and
Yes,
one was a Gator guy at one point, I believe.
That's
so it's been a
yeah.
while.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Gainesville?
Have I ever been to Florida?
Gainesville, Florida. Like where the
Florida. I've never been to Gainesville. I've been to I used to play baseball tournaments in, I think it's Kissimmee or something. It's like next to Orlando. I don't know if you know that. That's where we went for like spring training for college. And then obviously everyone's been.
A lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good time. Oh, and I've been to Daytona. So I've been to Florida like 5 times, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been just never to that part.
So.
Yeah. It's a fun state to visit, and hopefully they win tonight.
Yeah, they're good at basketball.
Yeah. I've only been to Louisiana once.
I've never.
Yeah, got to go more. But yeah, I do think it's a good spot for the Gators tonight. Someone, John, in our comments asked about the Auburn game. I just want to touch on that real quick because we do read the comments. I think Ole Miss will win that game. That's a weird line. Auburn is -1 on the road, but yeah, Ole Miss isn't a very good team. They're 8-7 this year. When you see conference play is tough. Like throw out records in conference play. It's a different animal,
The day it's just fun to say, hey, throw out the records.
Yeah, just throw them out.
I feel like you're like in charge when you say that.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it makes you sound like you know what you're talking about. And that's going to be it for our picks. John, a lot of people don't get when we have a bad day, me and you are considered 2 of the best bounce back bettors in the game. If they made a ranking for it, I bet you and I would be
5. Definitely. Yeah, not even considering who else is in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even know who else it is, but like a lot of times, if I have a really bad day, you have a really bad day, we'll sweep the next day. So we're not going to call our shot here, but we're going to kind of call our shot.
Yeah, you're definitely going to win, but even though we know we're definitely going to win.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Marcus is going to go off. Florida's going to kill LSU. I mean, these are just too easy.
Yeah, these just look like easy bets. We'll conclude today's show, guys. I will not be on tomorrow's show. I'm traveling to Utah tomorrow, so going to hit the slopes, John. But I will be back on Thursday's show. So I think you'll have Melissa on tomorrow, probably talking about how the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. That'll be fun. Don't miss that, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. John will be back here, as always, giving out some locks for tonight. And that'll be it, guys. We will see you guys then. Hope you all have an awesome – oh, wait, no, $500 giveaway time. I forgot.
Yeah, you got to get money.
No, I can't do that. Yeah, I got to give away the money. Okay, so $500 that we're giving away here with OddsChecker. This is pretty easy to enter, John. All you have to do is subscribe and comment, and then boom, you're in. This is on the YouTube page that you have to do this. Once you enter, you're golden. Then it's just, whose money is it? We will announce it at the end of the month. Big time winner last month. That guy was ecstatic. He won the 500. Who wouldn't be? And he said that
when I win $500.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fired up. And the guy who won, John, he said it took him less than 2 minutes to do this. So he was quick.
Imagine $500 every 2 minutes. Like, that'd be a lot after an hour.
Yeah, you probably would be a millionaire. So if you do this, you might end up being a millionaire. But make sure to enter, subscribe, and comment. Our YouTube channel is OddsChecker US. Make sure you guys enter that, and we will announce the winner at the end of the month. Now, John, I think we can close out. I think now's the time where we're able to close it because we did the giveaway. Once again, guys, make sure to hop on tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, for another episode of The Morning Edge. Bunch of basketball picks. I'm sure Melissa will have a hockey play for us as well. And we will see you guys then. Hope you all have an awesome night.